I just stopped filming for a couple of seconds. I just needed to like go. Yeah, I don't know anymore. They just affect me, and I wish they didn't. I wish like I could go to bed and sleep and not think, oh, I'm gonna have a nightmare. I keep looking at that spot. It's doing my head in. Do you like my eyeshadow and mascara? I've got Half Baked On by Urban Decay from the Naked Palette Warm, mixed with, I think it's called Undressed, from the Smoky palette by Urban Decay. They're just basically gold, two together, and I've just put it on, and it looks like I've got a lot of makeup on. I think the lighting is doing this as well, but it looks like I've got a lot of makeup on, but it's definitely the lighting. But I just thought that looked really good, and I don't have eyeliner on, but I've definitely found my favourite mascara to date, because I was using two other ones. Well, I bought one and I used it continuously until it went out. Like I wore it every day for a month after wearing another one that I loved. Then I bought two different ones, and then this one that I'm wearing, which was like my favourite. And then I started using the two newer ones, and I weren't impressed with them, and I'm going to still use them, but I've been using them for a couple of weeks and they're just not good. And then one day I was just like, I'm sick of these being rubbish and taking ages to build up and then not looking as good. And then I just opened this one, which I weren't meant to open yet, and I'm just like, I love it. It's just so black. I think it is actually called Extra Black. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it is my favourite at the moment. So, but I still have to use the other ones because like they're like £10. I think they're like £10 or £12 each. One's a Soap and Glory Thick and Fast HD one, and the other one is Max Factor Masterpiece Mascara. And I was using the Masterpiece one, but a different one. And that was good, but this one isn't as good, and you hardly get any product on the brush, and it takes ages to build them up, and then they don't look as good. But I love wearing golds and browns on my eyelid because it just brings out my blue eyes. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. But yeah, at least I'm not talking about my bad dreams. Extreme close up. I'm gonna go now. I'm probably gonna sit here for a while longer. And then I'm gonna go and get a drink. Ignore the shadows. It's because of that. What else can I say? I don't know what else to say. I've not even uploaded any clips for ages, and I'm meant to be uploading them. I just haven't been. Got my nail polish. I thought it was grey. It's from the OPI Fiji collection. It is not grey. Then when I was putting it on, it looks silver, but it's more of a khaki colour. I don't think it's going to fully focus because it's so close. It's like a khaki with a silvery undertone. But surprisingly, I like it. So it's a keeper. It was payday yesterday, and there's nothing I want. Well, I keep looking at things, I'm like, what do I want? And I'm like, and it's because of how I feel. But sometimes when I'm really down, I spend a lot of money. Like last October, I just spent something like £5. I sent like probably 3.5 of it back, but it just goes to show money can't buy your happiness. And like a policewoman said to me, you live in a nice house, you've got a nice car, and like people presume you're happy, and I'm proof that nice house, nice car isn't happiness. And it's funny because like she thinks I've got a nice house and a nice car. I don't want to sound like, I don't know, I don't know, like, when I moved here I thought this was a very nice house, like I really generally did, and it is, it's a nice house, it's nicer than where I lived before. I have gone up from a 2 up 2 down end of terraced house, which was too small. I was happy enough there. My house was right next to the woods, like you'd walk out the house and the woods was there, and that was nice, and I liked that, and that's why it was important, like wherever I came to had trees, because you get used to the trees. As crazy as that sounds, like I'm not some kind of like hippie like going I want trees, or like a naturist, or is a naturist someone who goes naked? I don't mean it like, is that what nature? Is a naturist someone who likes to walk around naked? Because if it is, that's what, I'm not saying that, what I mean, it's a naturist. I'm going to use a different word because I don't want everyone to think I'm like into nudity outside. What I mean is, I just got so used to there being trees, because like my house before, there was no trees at all, anywhere. There was no grass, like there was no garden of any sort. There was like a backyard, I guess you could call it. That was probably a little bit bigger than my last house, but where I lived last, I was happy because of the woods, and it had this like, you could, if you're wondering what that is, it's me being annoying. It had, I hate the lighting is killing me. Basically, you could drive down the side of my house and you could go into the double gates at the back if you wanted to. Like I always just parked at the front or down the side of the house. I like to park down the side of the house, but the house behind my house, they had a caravan in the back garden, and to get it out they'd have to come down the side of the house, and if my car were parked there, it would cause problems, or if they came back they would pound on the door, which obviously with my anxiety wasn't good. They didn't go out during winter, it was always like during summer and things like that, but like it would be at the most awkward times. There was like one day, I can't remember if they were trying to get the caravan out or in, but I wasn't at home and my car was down the side, and I'd gone to a shop, walked, it was like a 5-minute walk from my house, and my dad rang me up and he's like, the police have rung up, and I'm thinking, how have the police got your phone number? They're saying that you're refusing to move your car, and I went, that's ironic, seeing as like normally if they're going away they used to put a note through the door and it'd say going away Friday, coming back Monday. So Thursday night, they'd put it like through the door like maybe Wednesday, or sometimes even like the Monday before, so then I'd know on the Thursday night to park at the front of the house rather than down the side, because sometimes they'd go really early in the morning, and I think they'd done that, but they come back early, so my car was outside of the house, and it was a good job like I'd not gone away for the weekend, and it was outside of the house, and like my dad's like, are you refusing to move your car? I said, I'm not even at home. And I told him where I am, and I was like actually in the queue for the checkout. I said, I'm probably going to be 10 minutes because I've got to get through the queue, and the queue was like, it was really full and there was only one till open, so I'll be home in 10 minutes. And then I went home, and I was with someone, and I went, can you please move my car for me, because I just don't need it. Because like I could hear them like kicking off, and he moved my car, and then they went, we told the police you've refused to move your car, you're blocking our entrance. And he just went, well, you didn't actually ask because we weren't here. And when he come in and told me, he's like, they were going to ring the police and like say that he were like screaming and shouting at them. And I was like, I think all the other neighbours would hear that, so don't worry. But after that, that was my favourite parking space, but after that, my dad used to park down there instead. We swapped. Because he would be out all day, whereas I would be there a lot of the day, depending on what was going on. I would be there a lot of the day. But it was a bit of a nightmare, in all honesty. But I used to love parking there. I just loved parking there. I don't know, it was easy for me just to park there. And after that, I was just like, no, I'm not parking here anymore. And I think we were there for another 6 months, so I think I parked there now and then, but I just didn't like really park there.